So, how's it going? I'm
It's
here
good.
with Wolfjay.
Are you asking me or are you asking...
He's a guy from Adelaide and he does music and he's on social media a lot.
Yeah, very
So-
online.
Yeah, you probably know him as the guy. He's on social media. He's cheering everyone on. He's Australia's cheerleader for Australian music.
I like
Is that
that.
right?
I like that. That's what I aim to be. So, yeah, I like that. I like that description.
So tell us about yourself.
So
You're
I'm
Wolfjay and you're a solo artist from Adelaide.
solo artist from Adelaide. Sometimes I play with a band. Often I play on my own. I really like synthesizers and electric guitars and like tech stuff, like computer stuff. So yeah, it's good fun.
So you have one song that's really good that I
Okay.
know of, and it's doing well on Spotify. 10K
I have more than one
streams.
song.
You do, but
Yeah, I have
that's
one,
the old part of you.
Yeah, I have one. Woods remix.
Oh, true.
Woods remix is new
Let's
wave
talk about
Wolfjay.
Woods. So you
Yeah.
supported Woods back in 3 months ago.
Yeah,
How was
yeah.
that?
That was awesome. So Woods was the first artist that I messaged when I was started making music, and I messaged her.
Oh, how long was that ago?
That was start of 2017, maybe even end of 2016, and I messaged her and I was like, hey, I really love your music.
Early
I
days.
listened to this is even before I had a name, before it was Wolfjay. And so I messaged her. I'm like, hey, I love your music. I've been starting to work on music and I really want to take it seriously. I'd love to hear what you think of my song. And I sent her the demo of For a Moment, which was my first single, and didn't really even expect a reply because it was just a cold DM out of the blue. And then she got back to me and had all these notes, and I went through and did all the things she said, added piano where she said, and fixed the mix of a few things, and all of those things that she pointed out were the things that people said they liked about the song.
Awesome.
So I was like, yeah, she's awesome.
And you met Hayden Jeffery through that, right?
Yeah, so I saw that Woods was playing shows with this guy called Hayden who was playing guitar, and
Guitar at the time.
yeah, so he was playing guitar and playing synth, and the synth that he was playing is a synth that I really love, which is the Prophet from Dave Smith. And so I started following him. My rule on social media is follow everyone, and just follow if someone comes up and they seem kind of cool and they're working with people that are kind of cool, I just follow everyone.
I'm the exact opposite. I already follow people who I've met in real life.
So I
don't
that's
follow back.
probably
I'm that dick who doesn't follow back.
That's probably a healthier way to be. But so I go and follow everyone.
Yeah.
And then watch their stories, and if there's something I can contribute or something that I think is cool, I just message them. I'm like, oh hey, this is cool. And so I did the same thing with Hayden, and we started chatting, and then it was very surface level, not much really happened from there. And then one day he messaged me. He was like, oh hey, I'm in Adelaide on a family trip. Do you want to get lunch? And I had been renting a studio space right near this cafe, so we went and had lunch, and then I was like, hey, do you want to come back to the studio and listen to some things I've been working on? And we went back and listened to it, and he's like, this is awesome, I want to work on songs with you.
And now you're best buds.
Best buds.
And you've made 10 albums, you've got 5
Not quite.
Grammys.
Getting there. That's the prediction.
Yeah.
That's 5 years time, hopefully there's a Grammy. But yeah, and then straight after that, I booked a trip to Melbourne. Yeah, at least a nomination. Yeah.
So you've worked with him a few times now.
Yeah, I've come over for 3 or 4 trips now already.
That's a lot.
And I just come over to Melbourne for a couple of days and we work on music, and then
Probably spend more time in Melbourne than me, maybe.
Maybe.
Could be.
Well, I've come over again now for more recording with
Yeah.
Hayden, so yeah, it's good fun. But next year looking to expand that out a bit more and have a few more people that I'm
See
working
where the
with.
train
So
goes.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's good.
I saw your first show here in Melbourne the other day, Workers Club.
Yes.
Really cool.
Thank you. What was your favourite bit?
There are lots of bits actually. I don't know, just making all those vocal whatever bits in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're officially called, as I'm not a musician. I'm just a music fan.
Yep.
But it was really cool. And like She Calls to Me, great song. It's like a, as you describe it, I think one time, it's like a coming of age movie, teenage something soundtrack vibe.
Yeah. I had like one review on Triple J Unearthed. I can't remember who it was from. I should probably check because I tell this story a lot and I should give them credit. But someone like once described one of my songs as like a coming of age vibe.
Yeah.
It might have even been you. I don't know.
No,
I should have done my homework.
It wasn't, but it was someone else. Maybe someone from Triple J.
Maybe, or maybe
stuff.
Miri Carter. Maybe I
Shout
can't
out
remember.
Mary.
Or Tom. Sorry, not Tom. Paul Waxman.
Paul Waxman. Shout out Paul Waxman.
Tom Waxman.
Paul Park Music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but someone said my music sounds like like coming of age music, and then I realized I'm like, oh, like all the movies I love are coming of age films.
Yeah.
That kind of
It's
nostalgic.
so chill and it's so moving. And
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I heard this. I was at this like riding. I can't remember if it was a riding camp or a riding seminar thing once, but someone said that like all of they were talking about like coming of age films and the soundtracks, and they love like the airport moment in like romantic films where there's like someone's about to board the plane and then like their partner or their lover or whoever is like running through the terminal to try and get like that last hug or the last kiss before they get on a plane and like
that.
leave forever.
But I can't relate because I haven't been in a relationship.
No, I can't relate either, but I love that. I love that moment. And it's like, I think all my songs, like I try and have that moment somewhere. Sometimes it's really obvious, sometimes it's not so obvious, but it's like that just like running through the airport terminal moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that show of yours, it was like, I think it was mostly new stuff.
Yeah, mostly new stuff. I was like, She Calls, I think is the only song out of like 5 or 6 tracks I played that is out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
you should have
sign
been there.
Where were you?
People in the room experienced a special moment.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was really special, like, because there were so many friends there as well who have like I've chatted with online or like had coffee with over like the last year.
Yeah.
And have like I've given them little glimpses of what's coming, of like, here's this synth part, here's this vocal, here's this drum part, whatever. So it was really cool to have everyone there and share it. Yeah, Hayden was there as well, and
Haydos.
Yeah, there was like songs that he hadn't heard before.
Oh.
So it was very fresh.
So was he like,
new.
oh, I gotta work on that?
I think it went down well, but it was it was cool.
It went down well. Okay crowd as well. Like
Okay
I came for the supports and there was like only 5 people there.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, you pull a pretty good crowd for someone who's not from Melbourne.
I think that's my bit though. Like every time I come over, I'll hang out with people and they're like, "Oh, so when are you moving to Melbourne?"
Yeah.
I think my bit is that I'm not from Melbourne and I'm like the wild card from Adelaide.
I'm from Radelaide.
Yeah. I'm from Radelaide.
But a flight to like Melbourne from Adelaide is not too much.
Like 90 minutes.
You can spend half your life here, easy.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Like I think, like 2018. This is my 10th trip to Melbourne in 2018.
Shit. I haven't even made any trips out of the city. I think maybe one.
That can be a goal for
I
next
haven't been on a flight in 3 years.
I've been on like 100 hours of flights in the last month.
Shit. 100 hours.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's fucked.
Yep.
That's a lot. You must get like.
We need to put an explicit tag on this
freaking
episode.
flyer points.
Yeah, my points are healthy. My points balance is it's padded.
Yeah. So day to day,
Yes.
other than being Wolfjay, you're a graphic designer.
Yeah.
Full time.
I work full time for a software company, and I look after like product design and marketing design. So it's like working on features for an app that they make, which is like pretty boring app, but it's and then we do all the marketing for it as well, which is like very corporate. I spent like a day before I came on leave to come to Melbourne. I spent like 20 hours at my job designing Christmas trees for the LinkedIn
Wow.
the LinkedIn social media content for Christmas.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
It's pretty glamorous out here.
And you can use those skills, of course, to put
Design
it back
Christmas trees.
Put it back in your project as well.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yep. Stay tuned for the Wolfjay holiday album. I'm just going to reuse the same art. It's going to be a big vibe.
So do you like design your own artworks, or do you get someone else to help out?
Yeah. So it's the way I look at it is like I'm like the executive producer of projects, and then I like one of the reasons as well that I try and follow so many people on social media and stay up to date on what people are doing is like to see what people are working on for like their passion projects and like what they really like doing, and then as soon as I see something that's like, oh, this could like cross over into Wolfjay stuff, or this is kind of on vibe with what I'm thinking for like a Wolfjay project, I pretty much just like hire them to do what they're doing already. So that's what the photographers or illustrators, instead of like hiring them and being like, oh, I want you to come do this totally different thing, I'm just like, what would you do if like for the next 2 weeks or the next month you had double the budget to what you normally do for your freelance stuff? And then they'd be like, oh, like I do this shoot in this way, or I do this illustration in this way, or I do this video in this way. And then I'm like, cool, do that. And then just let me license it off you for my art. So like I worked with a Adelaide photographer called Luella Annabeth, who's moving to Melbourne next year to study photography. So another Adelaide native that Melbourne has poached. But that's great, she's lovely. And so, yeah, so like she was doing all these really cool like fashion shoots with her friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, why don't you come and do a fashion shoot at a Wolfjay show? I'll pay you to shoot the gig, but you're really just like shooting your friends at a Wolfjay show, and then I'll get all the prints developed and whatever, because she was shooting on like film.
Yeah,
I was like, we'll get it all developed at a nice like film development place, and you have some portfolio stuff. I'll pay you for your time, and then I'll use some of the photos for like Wolfjay stuff. And then that was like just an experiment, and I didn't know how it would go, but we ended up using those photos for High Sierra, for like a remix that I did earlier in the year. And then that was, and then we used a couple of her friends as models or like actors for the She Calls video and the She Calls art. So it kind of just exploded
so cool.
into this whole like year-long thing.
It all just starts with a message or an email.
Yeah.
And it turns into a collaborative.
Totally. Yeah, DM everyone.
So cool.
Say you appreciate their work, because most artists don't hear it. Most people don't hear people saying, I like what you do, I value what you do.
It's
so
just a double tap to the screen, which doesn't mean anything. It's
yeah,
just
like likes is so arbitrary, and you can manipulate that so easily as well. So
shed a love, Wolfjay.
Yeah, DM your friends, DM artists, tell them they're killing it, tell them you appreciate.
DM photographers.
Yeah, DM everybody.
DM celebrities.
Yeah. DM everybody.
DM Triple J.
Yep.
Nah, text message him.
Yeah, text message Triple J.
So other than music, you play video games, a lot of it?
Yes.
Sort of?
Yes. This last month I've like been very busy, so I haven't played anything this last month. But before that, I was very into. I finished Spider-Man, like not the DLC, but the main game. PS4. That was beautiful. I really, really, really like that. And more recently, I've been playing like a bit of like Pokemon Let's Go on Switch, like the Eevee version, and that's been really cool.
Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Zelda's probably what I've played the most of in like the last year and a half. I hit like the.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Like how everything in the world like interacts with whatever.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
I really like that.
It's very cool. And that art style is like very my shit as well. Very, 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 very
I played it from start to finish and had a wonderful time.
Yeah, I think I spent like 150, 160 hours in it, which is like more than I've spent in anything for a long time.
I spent a lot of time like using the shield and like as a surfboard, and then you just go down mountains. That was fun.
Yeah.
Until the shield like breaks.
Yeah. But it is very cool. Yep. You have to like go up to like the snowy mountains.
Yeah.
And like go down the snow, because then it doesn't wear away the shield as quickly.
And then you got all the swords that break down over time.
Yeah.
I think it was
just the I really like games like that where it feels like you bump into things like 100 hours into playing the game, and it's like, oh wow, like someone probably spent weeks on this tiny little detail, and everything is considered. There's like this really cool thing that I hit at like the 150, 160 hour point, and it was like where I decided that's the game for me. Like that's the finish. They released a new feature in an update where you could see on the map where you had been. So
awesome.
I went through and like played the game, finished the game, was just running around, and then looked at the map after this update came out, and I'm like, oh fuck, there's so much of the map that I haven't even seen yet. And so I just
Did you get
started.
all the shrines?
Yeah, I got all the shrines.
Oh.
And so I just started going through and like trying to cross off, like weave through the whole map and try and see like all the terrain and whatever. And I get to the top of this one random mountain that was just like in the middle of a big spot that I hadn't checked out yet. And at the top of the mountain, there's this lake shaped like a heart.
Yeah.
And then there's like
I've been there.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah,
two
and
people.
then-
There's like a person
yeah.
on either side, and they're like just standing there, and they're like have fallen in love with each other, but they're too nervous to talk. And
That's
you
so
go
cool.
and like.
Yeah.
You like pick up a gift from one of them and take it to the other one, and then and vice versa, and then they like get together and walk off and just as that happened, like the sun was setting over the heart-shaped lake, and I'm like, this is beautiful.
What a magical
this is
game.
this is like, yeah, this is it. This is the game. I'm done.
And now
It
the
was
next
beautiful.
Wolfjay album will be based on Zelda.
I mean,
No.
don't rule it out. Don't rule it out.
Inspired by the
Maybe.
adventure.
Maybe. Don't be surprised if like there's a song somewhere along the line called A Heart-Shaped Lake.
Anyway, we should probably get off to watch this movie at Melbourne Central.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch Aquaman. I'm not expecting it to be very good, but I just love the bit in Justice League where he goes like, "My man," and so I'm hoping he says "my man" a lot, because that
Hopefully
bit was cool.
Hopefully it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
And not too serious.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So where can people find your stuff?
So I am on all the streaming platforms, like Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Bandcamp, Triple
Tidal?
J Unearthed, Tidal, Deezer.
Are you on Tidal?
I'm on Tidal. Yeah.
No way.
I'm on
Oh,
everything.
shit.
It's just
Do
like
you get a membership if you're on Tidal?
no, I don't
That's
even
shit.
know what my artist account looks like on the Tidal.
That's
but
hilarious.
Wolfjay, yeah, WOLFJAY. And then I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Wolfjay with an underscore at the end, so WOLFJAY underscore.
Yep.
Same username on both. And then Facebook, but Facebook I don't do a lot. It's just like events and whatever.
Facebook pages are so dead.
Yeah.
Unless it's like memes. If
Yeah.
you're like an artist
I'm thinking
page,
about
it's
getting
so
into
dead.
memes. I think about starting niche Wolfjay memes.
You're gonna support Jai Wolf anytime in the future.
I don't know.
be
I haven't
pretty
really
cool.
been in touch. It might branding wise, it might be a little confusing for people.
Jai Wolf supported by Wolf. Jai.
Yeah, we could call
Jai.
it like the Mirror Tour, and there's like a mirror, and then our names either side, and then each night we like play each other's sets or something.
Alright, that'll be great.
I
I'll
think
be there.
yeah, I can't
I'll
wait.
book my
Stay
tickets now.
tuned.